Open up a new Colab notebook and call this one and, or, and not operators. These work on Booleans. Let's get some variables assigned to Booleans up in the notebook. I'm going to start with Python fun. Clearly that will be assigned true. Remember the capital T. Let's go with homework fun. And I think most students would say that this is false. Okay, next, let's go with water healthy. This would be a true statement, even though these are variables, not statements. And finally, candy healthy. Let's go with false. May taste good, but it is not healthy. Okay, so get 4 Booleans up and go ahead and store them by running the code. And now we're going to combine them. And so the idea is that you can actually figure out what these operators mean by running the code. But the idea here is that for something to be true, using the and operator, they both need to be true. So I can check, is Python fun and is homework fun? Okay, we wish that this was true. You can see it evaluates to false because we're taking a true and a false statement. Okay, but if we say, if you drink water while you're learning Python, because this Python fun and is water healthy, well, now we get it evaluates to true. Okay, so for and, they both need to be true to evaluate to true. Notice that and is actually color-coded. Okay, so it is in fact a keyword, and it works specifically with Booleans. Okay, the or operator is sort of like the opposite in a way, because the or only evaluates to false if they are both false. Okay, so for instance, is homework fun or is candy healthy? Okay, in this case we have false, like these are both false statements. But if we look at one of them, for instance, is water healthy or is candy healthy? Yes, one of these is healthy. Okay, so pretty straightforward. We also have what's called a not operator. Okay, and the not is just the opposite. So for instance, you could pick one of these. Is it not the case that water is healthy? Right, well, water healthy evaluates to true, so not water healthy will actually evaluate to false. And you can actually apply it more than once. Is it not the case, double negative, that water is healthy? In Python, you can think about what a double negative will do, what it evaluates to true. Okay, next, let's look at combining these into compound statements. Okay, so for instance, a compound statement might be as follows. And we're going to go ahead and just use parentheses to make sure about it. So in this particular case, let's say, is Python fun or is homework fun? Okay, so is one of those true, and is water healthy? Okay, so this is a compound statement. Okay, so note that one of these is actually true, and then so we're checking to see if this evaluates to true and what comes after it evaluates to true. Okay, this is a compound statement, and so you can press Shift Enter and you do get true. Okay, you could just do it to show you another one, like if you're gonna do is Python fun about and is homework fun. Okay, put in parentheses, or is water healthy and is candy healthy? And so there's a compound statement. Note that for or to be true, only one of these and statements needs to be true. If we press Shift Enter, we do get false because they both evaluate to false. And these statements can be as complex as you want them to be. Like we could copy that statement above and we could put a not in front of it. Okay, is it not the case? This and this. Now it's going to, of course, evaluate to true. And generally speaking, what I would say is use parentheses because it just helps to keep the code clear. Certainly, like you can learn about when you do and don't need parentheses. But if you have just a series of and or statements, like in this particular case, I think you probably need the double parentheses to separate out the right side. And so you can kind of play around with that to see how it works. And this is basically how you work with operators with booleans.